All right, we're testing this out. We've got a world map right here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually go on a quick jog around the world that I've created. What you're seeing here is what I call map space, or the sculptor's map. It's pretty much all these links will take you to a different place on the setting, and then of course the map itself. Each one of these, if you go up to them, they are actually individual maps that have been laid end to end to create the kingdom, as it were. All right, I'm going to go ahead and actually start off right in the center of the map. We'll start with the center city of Anima. All right. Okay, so right now we're actually looking down at the doors of Altrove. This is the very center of the world, so to speak. All right, we're going to go ahead and actually switch from the top view to kind of go around a little bit. All right, so going down in here, you can really kind of get a scale of how big things are. Those the same place right there. I'm going to go ahead and go out. Now we're going into the wide world. I'm going a lot faster than the players probably will. They're going to probably be going more about this speed. Okay, we're getting into some of the farms that border the town of Kalliergo, and we'll be getting down to that in just a minute. It goes for quite a while, as you can see. There's, I want to say 5 farms on each side of this fence row. So total of 10 different farms, and each one of those, by the way, is its own baby. They've each got individual things going on. There's a stable over there. Okay, getting down into the road. Of course, with the fog, you can't quite see as far, due to the rain, so that was intentional. I wanted to kind of get that mood in there. All right, now we're getting into the town of Kalliergo. This is a sort of Wild West themed frontier town. Its main feature, other than the stores, is that it's got a stable. We've got here the spirit barrier, which basically, according to the game's lore, was put up by spirits to keep undead and in particular vampires out, and you can actually see beyond that. There's all kinds of stuff going on to where if people wanted to ride out, they could. Okay, so moving on around, there's a lot to see. I've got river over this way, and I'll just go ahead and go down that. Yeah. And a lot of it really is kind of sameness and wilderness, and that's the idea, is that, if players want to go outside of settlements, they can get lost in the wilderness and run into random encounters. For example, each one of these corner pieces you're seeing here represents a 1-round square. So in game time, you cross around, I could, so many of these, or every one of them, if it's particularly dangerous territory, I could roll for a random encounter, and you could run into all kinds of trouble out here, and then eventually, of course, you get to settlements. All right, moving on down. Okay, going a little ways here. And it really does look like it's going forever, but actually it's to scale for where the world would be. So, it really is that big. This is the whole thing on the Middle Kingdom. All right, now we're looking at the logging camp of the Eide. That's pretty much it. If you were to go beyond, you'd run into more forest, and that's guarded by these sort of xenophobic elf people known as Fiore, and they really don't like people in their land, and so, going into the forest beyond the kingdom is a really, really dangerous proposition. Okay, now we're getting back out. There was a road there, but I just kind of wanted to take you into the forest a little bit. Okay, now we're looking at Anima again, and you can see the ruins. It's important to know that this used to be another kingdom, and then a not-so-natural disaster known as the Void Storm wrecked that completely. So even though the kingdom has been rebuilt, you see a lot of ruins and things around there that represent what used to be. All right, now we're taking roads. Over here we have Silver Lake. That's its own baby. owned by the Argentière family, which is probably one of the richest, if not the richest family in the kingdom there. I would in a lot of ways probably compare them to the Blackbriars in Skyrim. They are a very rich and really quite corrupt family. Okay, so we've got all kinds of stuff going on. Um, if I wanted to, I could take that way over there across the sea to a religious settlement that has a cemetery in it. I could take that way down to Safiri where the Argentières are really localized. But actually, I want to show you before I'm done here probably one of the prettiest towns. Well, I've still got some time here. All right. We're going up into the mountains right now. Okay, and then here you're starting to see a mountain road. All right, here we go. Now, I'll take us down in there so you can really see how this would look if you're looking at it from the scenic view. And as you can tell, I wander through these like a drunken man. You know, I kind of just stumble my way through the roads. That's okay. All right. So now we're getting into the original, the oldest and the biggest settlement in the whole kingdom, the mining town of Thisavros. It is really where it all began. It's also where the story's signature gargoyles come from. They're actually made and animated here because they're really more like golems in this setting in a way. They're animated and keyed to specific individuals or families, kind of similar to like protector dragons. That's their whole deal. Okay, so you can really see here all that's going on. You can see down into the quarry right there. There's all kinds of stuff with this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video here because that's some of the prettiest stuff by far. There is plenty of other things to show, but it's just kind of a brief overview. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.